So I'm going to tell you a story, and it's topical, but I'm going to make another video on why it's topical on the Political Besties Network, which I'll link below. But I'm going to tell you the story about the Bayu Maru and the incident that occurred around it. So, it's January 26, 1943, and there's a Japanese ship moving through the Pacific. It's called the Bayu Maru. It's a troop transport, it's a supply ship, basically, and it's carrying that. And on that time, there's a U.S. submarine, the USS Wahoo, which sees this Bayu Maru moving through the ocean. And it fires a spread of torpedo. Now, we are at war with Japan at this time. So he fires the spread of torpedo, and they sink the Bayu Maru. Now, the Wahoo is commanded by a Lieutenant Commander Maru, and he's one of the most aggressive submarine commanders that the U.S. Navy has. So after he sinks the Bayu Maru, the survivors pile onto lifeboats, and it's completely normal that we sink the ship because we are at war. Now, the thing that's not normal is Morton decides that the submarine should surface and use its 20 millimeter and 50 caliber machine guns to machine down the survivors. He kills about 100 to 200 survivors estimated. Now, killing survivors after sinking a ship is a war crime under the Geneva Convention. But what makes this incident super horrendous is the fact that these survivors were Japanese troops, but also Korean laborers and British Indian POWs from the British Second Army, 5th Punjab Regiment, that were just captured in Southeast Asia by the Japanese. Most of the survivors that were killed were British POWs. Now, it goes on, Morton continues, because the U.S. is really struggling for commanders here. And there is no investigation that ever happens because in October of 1943, Morton and the USS Wahoo are sunk and he is killed. So you can't investigate this after he is killed. But later on, the U.S. does do an investigation. We find more survivors who talk about the fact that most of them were Indian POWs who were fighting for the British, which is a U.S. ally. And this incident goes on, and it's one of the worst incidents of a war crime the U.S. has committed during World War II. Now, I'm going to make a video on why this is topical on the Political Besties channel, and it really is very topical right now. So go over there and watch that now.